Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz, and I am excited to be joining the Kat Scrappiness Christmas in July hop, and we're going to use one of my very favorite dies for this card. It's this large Merry Christmas with shadow. This measures about 5 inches across and 2.5, maybe 2 3/4 inches top to bottom. It makes for really quick cards because this is the card, right? It is your focal point. We're also using the stitched winter swirls die and then the double stitch rectangle die. We'll use the largest one from that set. And then this is the A2 reverse scallop, and it had, I call them unicorn sparkles in the middle. So we're just going to pull those sort of sparkly bits out of the middle for some accents on our card. To get our card started, I want to create an ombre blend on this blue panel of cardstock. So it started off as kind of a royal blue, and then I've come in with Galactic Storm, which is just a slightly darker blue. Then this Arctic Mountain is like a deep navy. So I'm bringing that about 1/3 of the way up, right? So I'm not going to pull it all the way to the top. And then I'm bringing in Dark Night, which is a dark gray that leans blue, like it is a dark night, right? And so I've moved to a smaller blending brush, and I'm bringing that just along the bottom strip. So now I have some silver paint. This is just acrylic paint from the craft store, and I've mixed it with a little bit of water. And I am flicking little dots, creating almost like a snow in the background. Once I let that whole thing dry, I'm coming in with that stitched winter swirl cover plate. I love this so much. It just creates a little extra interest in the background. Look at that. Look at that. So I'm going to be a little extra here. I'm also going to bring in the double stitched rectangles because I want a little bit more of that purple cardstock showing in the background. So I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to bring out the largest of those double stitched rectangles just to make this slightly smaller. You could cut it with your trimmer, but I wanted to maintain that kind of stitched detail that was already around the edge of this. So I'll center it, I'll tape it down really well, and run it through my machine. Okay, and so now I just get a little bit more of that pop of color. As I go to assemble these pieces, I have a black card base. When I have something with lots of dark, rich colors on the front, putting it on a white card base just doesn't feel right to me. So I'm adding my purple cardstock, and then I'll add this double stitched panel. Once I remove the tape, I probably didn't need to do that, but you know, that's the kind of day we were having. And then I'll center that on there. Then we're bringing out, I have 2 favorite Christmas dies from Kat Scrappiness. And one of them is this Merry Christmas. It's the font. It's just so pretty. So I have cut it once from silver cardstock. It's a thin matte silver cardstock. Twice from black, and once from teal. So on this first one, I'm going to remember that I wanted to put some black cardstock just right behind that very thin silver cardstock, really just to strengthen it. And then on the Merry, I'm going to forget. And you know what? It doesn't matter. So up to you. Then I want a little bit of a drop shadow, and I'm going to do it twice. So there's going to be a little bit of a black drop shadow and a little bit of a teal drop shadow, and we're just going to stack that up. If you haven't stacked die cuts like this before, wet glue is key, but then you're moving sort of quickly. I'm not going to get every tiny little piece on the back of this, just the big parts, and then anything like the tip of that S that's hanging off all by itself. Okay. And then I'm going to lay this down onto a flat surface so I can kind of see where that drop shadow is happening. I'm leaving a tiny little bit of it showing kind of to the bottom right. Okay, so I'm going to do the teal first, and then I will do the exact same thing with the black. And it just adds a little bit of a pop of color to really make this stand out on our card. So while I'm gluing and assembling, kind of doing the same thing with the Merry, I want to tell you about the hop and the giveaway. Kat Scrappiness is giving away a $15 gift card to the Kat Scrappiness store. If you haven't checked out her store before, there are tons of Kat Scrappiness branded products, but she also carries a lot of our other favorite brands absolutely a phenomenal store, and the shipping has always been super fast for me. So I absolutely love it. Here you can see both of those drop shadows. To be entered in to win, you need to sign up for the Kat Scrappiness newsletter, and there will be a link for that in the description box below the video. And then you need to fill out the raffle form. We're using a raffle copter for the giveaway. And so you'll just click through and answer the questions in the raffle copter form. It would also be awesome if you went through the hop, checked out all the videos, give people a thumbs up, leave them a comment, let them know what you like most about the videos, subscribe to their channels. They have done a lot of work to bring you some great inspiration. And I love this team. I love what they've been creating. And so it would be really great if you gave them some love as well. So back to our card, we are stacking up the Merry the same way we stacked up the Christmas. The only difference is that I forgot to add that black Merry behind the silver one, just to strengthen it. But you can't tell by looking at it that it's not in there. So I am going to put this kind of at a diagonal on our card. You can really tell now like just how big this die is. Again, you could use pattern paper instead of creating that ombre background. And this would be really, really easy to mass produce. You could skip layering up the die cuts, right? Like there are so many ways to put this card together with that Merry Christmas. And it's just, I don't know. I love it so much. My other favorite die set from Kat Scrappiness for Christmas is the Christmas Shaker Ornament die set. I'll link that one below as well if you're thinking about beginning your Christmas cards, and now's a really great time to do it. It's awesome because you get the dies for the ornaments, but then you also get frame dies, so you can turn the ornaments into shakers and do all kinds of really cool things with them. So I just placed an order at Kat Scrappiness. Mine are on the way. Hopefully you'll see a video from me coming up using those ornament dies because I love them so much. Okay, so I'm adding the tittle to my eye. And I am creating that same drop shadow. It actually wasn't as hard as it sounds like it might have been. I find it easiest to stack that up straight onto the card. So I went ahead and did that. So I've cut a bunch of my unicorn sparkles from some white glitter cardstock. That was the A2 Reverse Scallop die set. But if I wasn't going to use that, I would probably use these white AB Solid Confetti Mix sequins. They're sort of an iridescent white. And they come in a whole bunch of sizes in that pack, and that's absolutely a favorite as well. I have a video that came out, oh gosh, just last Friday, that uses those a whole bunch. So here I am just adding little dots of glue and my little sparkles around. Off camera, I actually layered those up. So those are too thick. You wouldn't need to do that, but there was so much dimension on that Merry Christmas. I just thought that added some extra something. That completes our card for today. Please hop along with everybody. Sign up for the giveaway, and I will see you next time.